Hey guys, welcome to the next tutorial of ethical hacking and penetration testing via Kali Linux. So in this tutorial I'll be teaching you about the credential harvester method of social engineering. So I'll just go ahead and start the SE toolkit and I'll hit enter. And once you go and see, you can see over here the social engineering attacks. Just type 1 and hit enter. And then we have different attacks over here: website attack vendors, infectious media generator, creating a payload and listener, which is one of my favorite, and the mass mailer attack, Arduino based attack vector. So I'll just explain these to you, what these are in general. Spear phishing attack is targeting someone in specific, and that's what I taught you in the previous tutorial. In the second one, we have a website attack vector. So we have the Java applet attack method. In this method, we normally go ahead and send a pop-up on the victim's computer at his IP address stating that he needs to go ahead and run this Java, and which is disabled. In order for him to go ahead and actually run this, he needs to go ahead and update this, and he will get some kind of Java error. Let me check if I have my internet up. I'll just go ahead and show it out to you. I believe it's still down. Yep, it is down, I believe. Okay, never mind. So, but normally you know what a Java pop-up looks like. It will ask you whether you want to run it or not. So, okay, fine, never mind. So once you go ahead and run that, it will ask you to go ahead and run that, and once you go ahead and run that, the payload will already be executed in your system, and it will remain till your browser is opened. So what the attacker needs to do is he needs to go ahead and quickly migrate it to any other specific task, so that if the browser is closed, the attack will still continue on. We have the Metasploit browser exploit method, attacking cookies and DNS cache memories. We have the credential harvester method, which I would be teaching you in this tutorial. The tab nabbing, webjacking, and multi-attack method is the best of all because it's a combination of multiple methods. And then we have the mass mailer attack. I won't be teaching you creating a payload and listener. I'll be teaching that you in the last, because that is the best of all. And we have the mass mailer attack. In this attack, we normally go ahead and send or DDoS a specific email ID with n number of emails, and that is 2, which I'll be teaching you in the next tutorial. And that is not that big, and it is normally DDoSing a person so that he won't be able to use his email ID, and redirect him only to go ahead and use one specific email that you want him to see, and then you will be able to attack him. And we have an Arduino based attack vector, and this is normally related to your, let's say, your Android operating systems and Android chipsets, which is the Arduino based. So we have these different types of attacks, and these are which I will be teaching you when we come to the Android hacking chapter. So these are PowerShells that we can go ahead and open on, or the genome widget that we can go ahead and open on targeted Android thing. And then we have the wireless attack point vector, that you go ahead and create a fake access point. People think that you're trying to impersonate someone else. For example, let's say you go ahead to a McDonald's cafe and McDonald's shop, or not shop exactly, cafe, I believe that's the right term. So you go ahead and visit to the McDonald's, and you see over there that there is a fake Wi-Fi. So what I normally do is that I open my Kali Linux on the laptop. I see that there is an open public Wi-Fi hotspot that anyone can go ahead and access. So what I would do is that I will go ahead and block that hotspot so that no one is able to access that. Only I will be able to access that. And then later on, I will create a fake access point with the same name, or just one or two letters different, and all the people over there, they will not be able to connect to the original Wi-Fi hotspot, so they will connect through me. And once they connect through me, they will be able to access the internet, but still I will be using the man in the middle attack, that is MITM, and I will be able to gather all their information that I need by using the aircrack ng, or we have several different sniffers to go ahead and gather these attacks, such as we have EtherCap, we have Wireshark, that can go ahead and sniff all the traffic. Even if it's a SSL secured, then we can be able to go ahead and strip these things and access that. After that, we have the QR code generator. Just go ahead and create any random QR code for any, let's say, any random Android application or any computer application that you want, and upload it to a specific website. Once you go ahead and do that, just go ahead and type 99 to exit because I won't be creating that right now. So just go ahead and enter the URL, and as soon as the person goes ahead and scans your barcode, he will straight away be transferred to your URL, and once he's transferred to your URL, I don't need to say what all things you can do. Then we have PowerShell attack vectors that is specifically designed for Windows 8 and above, which uses the PowerShell and which has all the SAM database, secure access manager, passwords inside that, and I don't need to explain that in detail. If you are a security expert, then you already know what it is exactly. And then we have finally the third-party modules which have RAT, and that's remote administrator tool and all those stuff. So I'll just go and get back, and I'll teach you as to how to create a fake phishing website. So I'll just go and start it from the very beginning. Okay, so once you are here, by typing the SE toolkit, just select first one, then select the second one, that's website attack vectors, and then select the credential harvester method. So we are going to harvest a specific person's email ID, or not an email ID, the password exactly, and type 3 and hit enter. And then we have web templates, custom import, and site cloner. We want a specific site to go ahead and impersonate them, so I'll be selecting second, that's site cloner, and I'll hit enter. And then we need to go ahead and use the IP address, so I'll just go ahead and type ifconfig, and I'll be using my IP address so that when the attacker tries to access, he will be redirected to my computer, and I'll hit enter. And we need the URL to clone. I believe let's check if it is okay. Perfect. So I believe this is just a cached page. My net is still down, I believe. Okay, no, it's working perfectly. Let me test. Okay, fine, it's working perfectly.